Welcome to Winthrop Today, a series of short films about people who live and work in Winthrop. Today, our guest is Phyllis Poor. Hello, Phyllis.
Hello, and thank you.
Thank you for coming on our
What
show.
fun.
Phyllis is a hooker. Can you explain what that means?
I better. Hooking is an art craft, and it used to be very old and very private. Now it's evolved, and it is considered a true form of art, particularly if you live in England, which I did. So what happens is that it has three things: a bottom, a hook, and yarn, and you can do a design. And I like to do things that are useful that people can wear. I don't want to do rugs. I want something I can carry with me. That is what I call hooking.
Okay, a little background. Did you grow up in Winthrop?
No, I did not. I grew up in Connecticut.
And when did you move to Winthrop?
We moved to Winthrop about 20 years ago because my son, who had been educated in England, married a Brit, and they came over here eventually with their grandson, and they found Winthrop. So we began visiting them here and fell in love with it. So we moved, we bought a condo in 2020, we moved in 2024, and it has been, to me, a very good place to grow up and a good place to grow old. We're very content in Winthrop.
What did you do after high school?
Well, after high school, I went to college and I became a early childhood teacher. And yes, I did that for quite a few years.
Did you tell us about the history of hooking?
I really can. Hooking started out years ago for women. I remember reading about some of them. They would get some burlap and maybe find something that they could rip and tear, and then they would get sometimes even just a nail and bend it and use that as a hook. But they all fell for it. But through the years, it has become a serious art form. And when I lived in England back in the 20s, I realized in England it was considered a real art craft, not a craft, a real art form. And that just thrilled me because I loved it myself. And now you can find books about it. You'll find people who are very talented who do it, and it's in museums. It's evolved, and it ought to. But the things that have changed, we use now a very good linen background because it's sturdy. I use yarn because I love color and I love the texture, and I like people give me yarn, and I love being able to use a gift. And I make things that are useful and wearable.
So what would you call yourself?
I had to take a million years in my life, and I finally was able to say, yes, I am an artist.
So you call yourself a fiber artist?
I am a fiber artist.
And does anyone know what that is?
Yeah, I mean, I've been in magazines, I've been in newspapers, I've had shows here and there, and it's always a surprise to people because they remember, oh, my grandmother used to do that, or whatever. But it's like everything in the world, it becomes more appreciated as time goes by.
So it's
Often.
been passed down from your grandmothers? From
Oh, definitely. It was, I mean, I've read things where this woman wasn't allowed to do it, and she would hide in the barn while her husband slept so she could work on her piece of, it's almost an addiction for some of us.
So I think you said hooking is an art form,
It
right?
is. In England, it was definitely an art form, and I think it's come to that stage here, too. There was a wonderful show about handwork of women who do creative things with their hands, and it was done in England, in Europe. 26 countries participated, and this was called The Red Dress, and it came over to the Fuller Museum, and because of a friend who's doing a dress using artists we have here, she had me do the back of this dress. But people who were doing handcrafts, be it embroidery or hooking, made little things to add to it because it was a way of joining together with something that we all love to do.
Do you, so you teach other people?
I have taught in many places, but now that we're in a retirement area, I don't do the teaching so much, but I make things a lot, and it's my pleasure to pass it on and give people something if they want it, and people do.
And I think you said, but what types of things do you make? Because I've seen your pillows, which are amazing.
I love pillows,
Yeah.
but I like to make things that people can wear. For example, handbags, neck bags, scarves. I like to do vases and little mats that people can put on tables, and then maybe bigger ones for longer tables. Just useful things. I like to make pot holders. They could be useful and use it, you know. And I even make silly little things like flowers to stick in a vase of some kind. It's stuff. It's decorative.
So you make things for people so they can decorate their house.
It's decorative. Exactly right. Yes. And it's personal. I mean, it's colorful, and it's like having a border on things. It brings your eye into a point of interest. I know, it's just something that I find useful and comfortable.
When do you find time to hook?
That's such a good question, because the beauty of hooking is that it's something you hold in your hand. You can work on it, put it down. It's quiet, and it doesn't annoy anybody. And I make sure I hook every day, but I don't have a specific time. It's just when I feel like picking it up and get going and putting it down. And I find it just therapeutic.
Where can people practice fiber art?
Well, one thing is I mean, you can do it, people have classes hither and thither in museums and all, but I find I get the backing of a place called Door Mill, which is up in Guild, New Hampshire. They sell beautiful linen for backings, and they will deliver it to you in the newspaper, air mail. And people there are magazines now, of hooking magazines, and they'll tell you all kinds of teachers and display areas and how to manage, and a lot of patterns, which I don't use. I like my own patterns. I think it should be personal.
So the history went back to 1910, correct?
Oh gosh, yes.
And then when did the modern era begin?
For me, it began in the 1980s when I went to England to live. I had a bed and breakfast there, and my son went to school there. And it was a real art. They would be in museums. It was valued. And here we had a way of calling it, like an old lady's thing to do. But it's not that way now. I mean, it's in shows everywhere. And it's very, very rewarding to do personal work.
So is it only older women that do?
Not at all, which is so exciting. Like that show that was at the Fuller, many of the people who came were youngish women and enthusiastic and enjoying the company. A lot of them teach. They want to share it. It's their passion in life, and it's all ages, and even some gentlemen I've seen doing it. So it's not just old lady stuff. It's become universal.
So you still call yourself a hooker?
Yeah. My husband loves to call me a hooker, but I'm not that hooker, because I don't. Well, you call it a hooker because you work with a hook.
Yeah. What else? What have we left out about hooking that you can talk about?
Well, I like to say I find it very sharing. It's not it's not isolating. If you're a hooker, you carry it places, you share it. At least I do, with people who are interested, and it's not limited. You can take it on a trip. I don't do rugs because I don't want to be stuck in front of a frame. I want something that's portable and small and warm and useful. to me, that is the beauty of hooking.
Do you do landscapes?
I have, but I'm more apt to do plant material, flowers, a lot of flowers. Um, Landscapes to me are a little bit more controlling, but I always do flowers, and I'd like to do once in a while an animal. I should have brought it, just did a pussycat, and it's hanging on my front door.
I'm asking because I would like to have something to hang on my wall.
You will have it.
I thought, oh, Phyllis can make a mural for me and hang it on my wall will be much better
Absolutely.
than
Or-
what I have.
I have pictures. If you go to the E.B. Newton, when we have a show there, the Winthrop Art Association. I always have about 4 things that are hanging up. I want you to have one.
Oh, thank
I
you.
mean it. It'll
Yes.
be my gift.
And you go to the Winthrop Art Festivals?
Always. The Winthrop Art Association in town is phenomenal. Everyone is included who is interested. We share, support each other, listen, share. We have shows that we do, and we do them everywhere. And it's something I find very supportive. That's what I like about Winthrop. I mean, you know, there are book groups that are very put you in a different experience that you wouldn't have. You read something, and it's the same with art. You get out of your own little world and share. I think it's healthy.
Sounds terrific.
It is true.
And you're involved with 1 or 2 churches in
Well,
Winthrop?
and yes, because churches like to have shows, craft shows, and so I always make sure I do that because I enjoy the people, and neighbors come in, and it's very comfortable and social. It's very Winthrop-y. Everybody.
Very Winthrop-y.
Yeah,
I
you're
haven't
yeah,
heard
you're
that
going to know
before.
half the people who come, and they'll have something. They'll know you for some reason. Usually for me it's because of hooking.
Yeah. Well, I met Phyllis because we're in a book group together.
Definitely.
And that's at
Simon Bookstore.
Simon's Bookstore. And we also go to, we have the Winthrop Historical Society,
Which is coming up.
which is coming up. And is there anything else you do for fun in Winthrop?
I'm reining things in, but I will never leave the book group. I love the Winthrop Art Association. This is what I say, I love to cook, hook, walk, and read a book.
Cook, I like that one. That's a good one.
That's about it for me
Cook.
now, because, hey, I'm not a kid. So,
Right.
And this is very interesting for you. We moved to the park, which is for retirement people.
Yes.
And met one woman, I really enjoyed being with her, and her 2 sons came last night for dinner. And after we had something to eat, we went out for ice cream. And one of them started to talk about a woman he just loves. And it turns out it was the woman who owns the Simon Bookstore, Lee.
Lee.
And I said,
yeah.
I just went with Lee to get our toes done yesterday. There's a connection here that is very, very supportive.
Yes. Great. Yes. I like being a
I do too.
Winthrop resident as well.
Yep, me too.
So, you love fiber art, right?
I adore it. I love it. I need it. It's my signature.
It's what?
I call it my signature.
Your signature.
And I want to just say one thing. I'm not nuts about making money. I'm much happier if I'm able to give stuff to people and then I can make more. I mean, I get a little backing, but that's not my reason. It's comfort for me. It's a meditation. It's finding out what I like and who I am.
And people give you art, right? I mean, wool. People donate wool.
Constantly. Buttons. I mean, people give me wonderful things. One of the women at the park gave me a handbag because it had these incredible cats on it, which is why I am now making pussycats. that hang up.
And you told me that about handbags, a very personal item,
I
right?
agree with you. I think the one thing that has all your identity is a handbag. Therefore, I think it should be unique, colorful, what looks good for you, not just routine, expensive things with somebody else made.
Which is essentially only women use handbags. But
That's true.
yes.
Yeah, you're right. I'm trying to think if I have anything I make for men. I did make hats for a while that some of them wanted. And my husband would have his phone like this, but he doesn't use it anymore. I think it is more of a female.
You make scarves, but those are pretty much for women.
They are. Maybe because I'm a woman, but I can't think of anything that a man would really wear except to be nice to me.
Do you make, which sounded good, cell phone carriers?
Big time. Boop, boop.
Yeah.
I can always find my cell phone. And my husband is looking in all his pockets. He can't remember where he put it.
Again, that's probably not something a man would use, but it's a great idea. Okay, so when someone asks your husband, what does his wife do, what does he say?
Hey, my wife, she's a hooker.
His wife is a
And I would
hooker.
say, hey, wait a minute. And they'd look at me and think, I don't know. Not really likely.
And,
Anyway, why not have fun?
yeah, fun. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for talking with us. I never knew anything about fiber art. I never even knew fiber artists existed.
Yeah.
And now I know a whole lot about it, and I thank you very
Well,
much.
I would
Phyllis.
love to thank you too, because I enjoy sharing this and I appreciate it. So thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
And you're getting a picture.
Oh, thank you. Oh boy, I'm getting a gift. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's really
Well, you just gave me a gift.